Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. You see two paths. One is rocky, uncertain, filled with challenges, but there's a promise of growth and discovery. The other is smooth, predictable, easy, but you'll never know what you could have become. Which path do you choose? Most of us say we'd go for growth, but in the real world, we often choose comfort. Why? Because deep down, we believe our abilities are fixed, that we're either good at something or we're not, that success belongs to the gifted. But what if I told you that this belief, that very voice in your head, is the only thing truly holding you back? Hello, I am Bharat, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. Carol Dweck's mindset takes us on a journey deep inside our beliefs, the ones we carry about intelligence, talent, and success. She doesn't just throw theories at us. She shows us how these beliefs shape the way we live, love, work, and learn. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's dive in. It all begins with a simple idea. The world is divided not by intelligence or talent or even luck, but by mindset. There are two types: the fixed mindset, the belief that your abilities are carved in stone, and the growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed. Think of a child solving a puzzle. The fixed mindset child will avoid the hard ones. They want to look smart, not risk looking dumb. But the growth mindset child, they love the challenge. They see struggle not as failure, but as learning. It's not just a puzzle, it's an opportunity. Dweck tells a story about students being given a series of increasingly difficult puzzles. The fixed mindset students, when they started struggling, said things like, "I'm not smart enough." The growth mindset kids, they leaned in. One kid even said, "I love a challenge." That one moment stuck with me. Imagine loving a challenge, not fearing it, not avoiding it, loving it. And this isn't just about school, it's about life. People with a fixed mindset see failure as proof they're not good enough. They avoid criticism, they take feedback personally, and they constantly try to prove themselves. But people with a growth mindset, they see failure as data, as feedback. They know effort leads to mastery. They believe they can grow. Take Michael Jordan. Did you know he was cut from his high school basketball team? That could have been the end, but he didn't see it as a verdict. He saw it as a challenge. He trained harder, practiced longer. That's growth mindset in action. Same with Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He wasn't glorifying failure. He was embracing the process of learning. But here's the twist. Most of us carry a mix of both mindsets. In some areas, we believe in growth. In others, we freeze. Maybe you're confident in your job, but when it comes to relationships, you shut down at the first sign of conflict. Or maybe you're great at learning new tech, but tell yourself, "I'm just not creative." That's your fixed mindset whispering. And Dweck doesn't stop at individuals. She shows how these mindsets affect parenting, teaching, business leadership, and even love. Let's talk about relationships. In a fixed mindset, people believe that if they have to work at a relationship, it's wrong. That love should be easy, natural. So the moment there's a disagreement, they panic. They think, maybe this isn't the one. But in a growth mindset, people understand that relationships are built, that communication, understanding, and compromise are muscles you develop, not signs of failure, but signs of effort. In the business world, it's even more dramatic. Companies that embrace a fixed mindset culture become toxic. Leaders feel threatened by talented employees. They hide mistakes. They play it safe. But companies that foster a growth mindset, they innovate. they learn from missteps. Employees feel safe to take risks. Dweck points to companies like Microsoft under Satya Nadella, where a culture of learning replaced a culture of knowing. That shift alone reignited the company's innovation. And here's something personal. I used to believe I was not a math person. For years, I avoided it, labeled myself as creative, not analytical. That label wasn't a fact, it was a mindset. One day, I challenged it. I started small, just learning the basics again, without judgment. And slowly, something changed. It wasn't that math became easy, it was that I became open. That shift, that's the power of mindset. Dweck also emphasizes how dangerous praise can be when done wrong. Praising kids for being smart leads them to develop a fixed mindset. They avoid challenges to maintain that label. But praising effort, now that builds resilience. It tells them that success comes from trying, from struggling, from growing. And isn't that what we want for ourselves too? There's a beautiful moment where Dweck describes the word yet. A student says, "I can't do this," and the teacher responds, "You can't do it yet." That word transforms the sentence. It opens a door. It replaces a wall with a window. Over time, we begin to realize that shifting from a fixed to a growth mindset isn't just about success. It's about joy, about freedom. Because when you believe you can grow, you stop living in fear. You stop measuring yourself against others. You start measuring yourself against who you were yesterday. So how do we apply this? First, we start noticing the voice inside, the one that says, "I can't," or "I'm not good at this." Catch it. Pause. Ask, what would I say if I had a growth mindset right now? Then we reframe. Instead of "I failed," try "I'm learning." Instead of "I'm not good at this," try "I'm not good at this yet." Practice, reflect, repeat. That's how it grows. Whether you're a student facing exams, an entrepreneur hitting roadblocks, a parent raising kids, or someone just trying to be better than they were last year, this shift can change your life. It's not magic, it's mindset. And the best part, it's always in your control. If this summary inspired you, do like, comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, if you want more such powerful book summaries that are easy to understand and fun to listen to, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next summary. Until then, keep growing.